me like.
Hey, what's going on, lads and lasses? I'm TheSilverSlasher, and welcome back to the Pokemon Sun Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we finished off Melee Island, including a lot of stuff that was cut out. We got some encounters, came to Akala Island, fought a Reshiram, fought Dexio, and thought about some TMs, and of course, witnessed the evolution of our good boy, our good starter Blimpo. So, yeah, now we're still here in Hiahia, but as you can see, I'm in the center, and there's no real reason for me to be in the center, because I did decide to do that off camera, but I will show you. After much deliberation from me and the comment section, and all you guys, I have decided to buy the TM for Zing Zap, which I have taught to both Plemblo and Rem, because they can both learn it, and, you know, like, I gave it to Rem, like, it's not going to be good on Rem, but it's better than Spark, so, you know, even if we get, like, Thunder Shock, I might go for that over Zing Zap, because even though it's, like, half the power, it's just so much better on special attack that I think it'll be worth it, and, of course, Plemblo, now having a physical attack, feels pretty good. So anyway, now we get to continue on, and I have to relay an unfortunate piece of news that I just didn't really think about, and that was, some of you guys said, hey, in 10 Carat Hill, you can go to the back, and there, it's like 10 Carat Hill something, like, it's like 10 Carat Hill colon something, or whatever. And, and there's like, that's a new encounter, you can go get something. And you might have guessed the unfortunate information is, or unfortunate, is, last episode I mentioned using Thunder on a Lillipup and having it miss over and over. That was there. It said 10 Carat Hill. I kind of didn't think that you guys would want those things to count as new routes, you know, like, because it's still 10 Carat Hill. It's like 10 Carat Hill and 10 Carat Hill, this other part of 10 Carat Hill. So I didn't think that counted. I guess I just didn't pay it much thought. So, in the future, I guess, if that happens, I will, you know, if we find another location that's like that, then I will go ahead and, I'll go ahead and count it as a new area, but I did not do so for that 10 Carat Hill place. So, yeah, not a new encounter this time around, but what are you gonna do? It's a little too late. Holy crap, that is Torterra. Torterra, would you go down to Plemblo? Like, you might, honestly. You're only level 11, and we did pretty good damage to the Dragonite. Plus, I think Dragonite has more special defense than you. Sick, dude. I will take that extra experience. It makes me a little sad to be to be knocking out one of my favorite starters. Possibly my favorite starter. You want Mud Bomb? Yes. Yeah. Like, it's not great. I'd much rather you have, like, Magnitude or some other ground move, but if you want to get a more powerful special one, that's still good. I will still take that. You know. I can never decide what my overall favorite, like, starter is and my favorite set of starters. I mean, like, why is this here? I feel like I should be finding a hidden item, but I'm not. Is there one here? I'm not seeing anything, but this man over here is, trying to fight me, so we'll do it. Anyway, I think there's really only 2 contestants for my favorite set of starters. Did I talk about this, like, 1 series ago? Maybe I shouldn't go into this too much. This actually is starting to sound familiar. But yeah, I think Gens 4 and 1 are, like, you know, those are the ones where I'm like, these have the potential to be my favorite sets of starters, and I think it's 4. I think Gen 1 is probably the best set of starters. I think, like, they're all great, and it's hard to complain about any of them, really. But at the same time, I do want to, like, at the same time, I like Gen 4 more. You know, it's like, it's kind of that thing where it's like, I don't think Platinum is necessarily the best Pokemon game of all time, but I think it's my favorite, you know, so it's the same kind of thing where it's like, you have to separate your favorites from from what is actually the best, you know. I do that a lot. It's like, I mean, we've talked before about the Donkey Kong cartoons and the Mario cartoons. All those old Nintendo cartoons they're objectively bad, you know, like, I mean, sure they have some good parts, but, like, for the most part, they're just terrible, and I still love them. I'm gonna say no to Fire Spin. It's theoretically better than Ember because of the extra spin damage, but honestly, I am not, like, I mean, even if it was like a 60 power move, I might say no to it because that accuracy, dude. That accuracy is just so terrible. So we got a berry pile guy, and as we established a couple episodes ago, that's not gonna count as an encounter, but it is randomized. It is Ambipom. That is pretty darn neat, if I do say so myself, and I am going to run. I don't really want to fight you too bad. I couldn't get away, and you tried to baton pass to nobody. Alright, how much will, like, a Zing Zap do to you? Like, it's not stab or super effective, but our physical is a bit better than our special, so we'll see. Plus, I want Plum-Blow to get some experience. Okay, that was not super great. I'm gonna try a Mud Bomb and see if it's better. Because on the other hand, you may also have less special defense, like enough so that this will be better. It was not better. Anyway, what is the accuracy on Mud Bomb? 80. I was just talking about 85, and apparently I am accepting an 85 accuracy move while complaining about one. So, you know, whatever. I don't know. I have this weird love-hate relationship with accuracy in Pokemon. And I talked about this a little bit in the Black 2 Randomizer Nuzlocke, I think, where it's like, I like the idea of basically every move that just does damage having 100% accuracy, and I like the idea of every move that has a secondary effect having reduced accuracy. I think that's kind of a good idea, you know, and that's a good like way to balance things. But at the same time, accuracy in Pokemon feels wrong. I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna get some of you agreeing with me on this. But do you ever feel like the accuracy on moves is lying to you? Because I feel that. like they can't just be percentages, right? It feels wrong. When you read that Thunder is a 70% accuracy move and then you miss 2 in a row, it's like, why? You miss one every battle you try to use it in, you know? It's like, that can't be right. There's no way. But I don't know, maybe it's just that, and you know, this is pretty likely, it's just that the times you miss are more memorable than the times you land it, because it's something different happening, you know? So that's probably what it is mostly, but it just feels like the moves, like any move under 90 misses constantly, and 90 is still kind of annoying. But I guess also, if you miss, you're just wasting a whole turn, so it just feels bad? I don't know. Hey Slasher, glad I ran into you, so we can see who's stronger now. My Gramps must have thought I did good enough in my grand trial, because he gave me a Z-ring, too. Having a battle in a place like Paniolo Town feels like we're in a real old-fashioned Western showdown or something, right? This is so cool. Even though we're real honorable cowboys, we gotta make sure our teams are healthy first. I did not heal up, because I had the suspicion that you would do it before I fought you. And, I like it, we're gonna fight right next to this lady. She's like, can you guys fight over there? I was standing here first. Alright, Pikachu and I didn't even, like, he's trying to do, like, a cowboy voice, I guess. So he's just talking like me. He's like, alright, Pikachu and team, let's see what this newbie, let's show this newbie what Alola's got. That's weird. I never know if I think I talk kind of, I don't know. I can't decide how I talk, because I definitely have some weird, like, I don't know, like, is it fair to say, like, Midwesternisms? Or is that not correct? Or Southernisms? I feel like both of those things are probably true. Although, I do say both. Everyone else around here says both with an L, and I've never really understood why. Although I used to, and then one day I was like, why am I saying both? And I started saying both, and now it's just what I do. Will Powder Snow, what is the power on this? It's, like, okay. Is it... So it's stab and super effective, meanwhile Zing Zap is just super effective. I think Zing Zap has to be better, though, because our attack is so much better than our special attack, I think. So I think this is the move. Dude, Yanma bums me out so hard. I think I talked about this recently, too, but I don't remember where, though, so I'll say it again, I guess. Yanma bums me out. I was thinking about Yanma recently. I don't really remember... Oh, yeah, it was because of the, back in... It was either, like, July or August, I think. There was the Armored Mewtwo event in Pokemon Go, and I was like trying to get Pokemon because I had just gotten back into Go that month. So I was just, oh my god, Fire Fang. This is normally Litten then, I'm going to assume. You know? Oh no, it's probably randomized, so it probably didn't work. I wonder. Okay, well I gotta switch out because you have freaking Fire Fang, which is annoying. But my question was gonna be, do you have Normalium right now? Because his Torracat has Normalium Z in this fight. Like, I kind of forgot that this could happen. So yeah, like, he could theoretically do very bad things to us. I'm gonna go for Eruption. I don't know if it's gonna be better than, like, Water Pulse, but I feel like it has to be. Against something that's neutral, I think it has to be better. And you are Fairy, right? You're not normal? Or are you... No, you're Fairy, right? Why am I second-guessing myself? well, I want to do it for science. I wanted a vacuum wave for science, but now I'm like, I don't know. If you have something scary that I need to water pulse, I want to have as much health as possible. You know, plus, the big thing about Yorvis right now is I want you to be able to perhaps tank a Z move, because that could be very bad. But yeah, anyway, the Pokemon Go event, I was scrambling to get people who are strong enough to fight Armored Mewtwo. Spoiler alert. Well, it's not spoiler. What? That phrase does not fit at all. Either way, it did not pan out. I did not end up getting my Armored Mewtwo, which sucks. But yeah, I was like trying to get Murkrow, I was catching Sneasels, I was catching Yanma, I was like, just give me anything that's good against Psychic so I can potentially fight him in a raid, you know? And that got me interested in Yanma, and like, why have I like Yanma's design a lot, and I really like Yanmega, so why have I never used one in-game? And the answer was not hard to find, because Yanma is so unbearably terrible that I could not even believe it. like I don't even know how he existed in Gens 2 and 3 without an evolution. Like, he gets like nothing. I want to say he does not get a single stab bug move for the entirety of having him. And like, I don't think he even learns any great TMs for it either. And then in terms of, alright, I'm scared now. In terms of, gosh darn, now I'm zoning out, I don't know why I'm falling apart so hard. In terms of flying moves, he gets like 1. That was what I was trying to say. He gets like 1 and it's at like level like 40 or 50. So like, I was like, why is Yanma so terrible? And I'm just on this like Yanma pity train ever since then. So, I'm kind of worried here. Like, I think I'm gonna go for Blimpo. Yeah, I think let's go for Blimpo. I am like, I'm not sure what to think here, because if he does have Normalium on somebody, it hasn't been used yet. He probably would have used it right away. If it's on Drampa, that's scary as hell. So I'm gonna throw out Blimpo, because Blimpo can take hits and also resists Dragon, you know? What does Z-Yawn do? I never really considered that Yawn's normal type. I get more speed. That would be more interesting if it was like, Z-Yawn gives you more speed, and they fall asleep immediately. That would be more interesting, you know, than just adding speed onto it. Like, and even if you removed the speed thing, just making Z-Yawn be like, it makes them fall asleep immediately. Like, that would just make it kind of worse Hypnosis, but, you know, I just think that would have been a good idea. Anyway, I'm gonna Reflect, because, you know, if you have it, I just want to take it. Glare? Okay, that's annoying, but it's fine, I guess, you know. That is annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. But the thing is, now that I have a Reflect set up, I feel pretty safe to go out to somebody else who can hit you a bit harder. Apparently with physical moves, because you just went for Light Screen. Cool. That's annoying. I mean, jeez. You know, I guess... Alright, I'm gonna spend this turn then. I'm gonna spend this turn using a Super Potion on Plumblow, because I realized Plumblow is super effective against you. I forgot that Ice is good against Dragon. So now you're asleep. Drampa looks amazing when he sleeps. It's like the most noticeable, like, eyes closing, you know? It's like really noticeable, so it just looks funny. Drampa's a cool Pokemon. Like, he's he's like the epitome of goofy, and yet I like him. Like, I like him a lot, actually. So, like, I don't know. I used one in one of the only free-for-alls I ever did. I brought a Drampa. Holy crap, that did actually nothing. And I just remembered that Glare is a normal type move, so that you can use it on my gosh darn ground type. So you haven't used it yet. I have a feeling you won't. I guess I'll just keep Powder Snowing you. God dang it. Oh yeah, Powder Snow is special. I am a very silly boy. I am very sorry, everybody. I am a very silly chap. Yeah, he's just gonna set up another one. Okay, so what's the answer here? I mean, you're just paralyzing everything, which is the worst. What is the answer here? I guess it's to go for Drebless, but that's, like... Or go back to Blimpo and use another Yawn and Reflect or something. Like... I guess I can do that. We can go to Blimpo and, you know, I just want to make sure that nothing happens to Drebless. I just want to make sure... Because just the whole Z-move thing just freaks me out, man. It really messes with me. Please don't Protect. Okay, since you went for Protect and it failed, I was hoping you would then go for something else, and then I'd, like, predict it, you know? But, no, it didn't happen. So now I'm going to Yawn you, and, oh, you went for Protect again. Does he only have Glare and Protect? I don't think he's used anything else, has he? Like, that's a little silly if true, but yeah, I say I'm predicting this Protect by doing a Reflect. This was my plan, but it didn't quite go the way I was hoping. Didn't quite go the way I was hoping for it to. Alright, gosh, this feels like it's moving a little slow. Okay, so unfortunately, like, now the light screen's worn off, so I'm like, oh, Blemblow, but no, like, it's just, the paralysis is going to come into effect, and I'm going to be upset, so let's just go to Drebless. We've got the Reflect all set up, we got plenty of turns of it. Drampa is a sleepy old man. We can get out here and just shoot rocks up into it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's like, I don't need to... There's really no reason for me to Z-Growth at all. Like, I'm just waiting for the game to give me a, I'm just waiting for it to give me a Z-move, like a Z-Crystal that we can actually use. Which I guess the next one will be Grass, which is god dang 3 trials from now, so that's annoying. But, I don't know. We do have Pokemon that can make use of all the trials from now on. Dude, it just hit me. How strong is Z-Eruption? How strong is Z-Eruption? It just crossed my mind that that could be a big thing. That could be big if true, as the kids say. Like, that is, you know, I'm actually extremely interested. How strong is Z-Eruption, dude? I'm not going to put it on screen because I want it to be a surprise when we get it. I want that to be like, oh my god, it's 250 or whatever it's gonna be, you know. I want that to be a cool big ol' surprise when it happens, so... we're just gonna ignore that for now. But yeah, we will get a Waterium Z relatively soon for our boy Yorvis, and then after that we'll get the Eruption one, and then we'll get Grass, and then after that is Rock. We don't really have anything for that yet, but maybe we'll get something by then, who knows. Man, that was some kind of battle. Our Pokemon looked like they all had a blast too. Right then, here, I'll share a bit of my good luck with you, Slasher. I did not mention, off camera, I sold all our Revives because it's a Nuzlocke, and they are, dude, Revives? Honestly, I need to remember to sell them more often. They were worth 1,000 a piece. Like, that's a lot, honestly. At least for this early in the game. You know how the Totem Pokemon are all, like, surrounded by some aura of power? If you use a dire hit on your Pokemon and manage to land a critical hit, that aura won't mean a thing. You know, Pokemon battles are just like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you're only really a loser if you don't have fun while you're at it, right? Anyway, I'm off to Paniolo Ranch. Alright, and I am going to go to the Pokemon Center and heal up my guys. Doesn't this Mart have something good? I remember this Mart being interesting. But what do you got for me, man? Repeat timer and net. Okay, I mean, none of these are particularly great. I'll grab myself like 2 timers, and then we'll leave it at that, I guess. Like, timer is useful, you know, it's like, Timer Ball for the longest time was my favorite Pokeball, because I like the design, and the idea of just, this is taking forever, getting the damn ball, was just really entertaining to me, so I've always loved Timer Ball. And is there something you have to do in this town? There's like somebody who gives you something, I think. Let me look around for a little bit, and I'll let you guys know if I find it. Oh, Magmar is a cool guy that I just have not gotten to use in a playthrough basically ever, because I just have a fire type. I either have a fire type or decide I'm not using one by the time I get all the way to the freaking Pokemon Mansion. Like, why does it have to be so far away, dude? At least the one thing you can say about Gen 1 and their whole, like, doesn't one of you give me something, by the way? Isn't it like a meme with one of these Magmars? Where he, like, gives you... Yeah, he was a Quick Ball? Sure, I'll take that. The Quick Ball is overpowered, so I will definitely take that. But yeah, it's like, at least in Gen 1, you can say, like, you know, as long as you have, like, the 5th badge, you can go get Magmar. You know? Like, you can use Surf, and you can go get... When I say 5th, I mean Koga. You can't even really say the numbered badges in that generation, because it's just... you can do it however you want a lot of the time. Move called Grass Knot. Oh, you're gonna... Oh, I thought you were gonna give me it. Like... yeah, okay. I thought you were about to give me Grass Knot, and now that you didn't, I'm kind of disappointed. But that's fine. Okay, so I'm not seeing anyone. I want to say it's like a guy who like stands out here, and you can like buy something or get something from him, but it's only like certain times a day? I don't remember. It's been a really long time. But, anyway, now I'm forgetting. But yeah, it's like, as soon as you can get Surf, you can... I mean, you should probably get Fly too, but it's not like Surf and Fly... Like, you can get them both relatively easily, you know? So, You just fly back to Pallet and just avoid the trainers, and then fly back to where you were and continue the game, like, after you get your Magmar. So that whole thing is, like, nice, but I don't know. It's still annoying to me. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I just think there need to, I don't know. It's kind of a problem with no answer, and it's maybe not even a problem to a lot of you. I get annoyed when I'm replaying through Pokemon games, and I think, why haven't I used this Pokemon before? You know, there's this Pokemon that I really like, and that I want to use for this new playthrough because I've realized I've never used it before. And then I realized that the reason is because they made it, gosh dang, impossible to get. You know, then I go to actually catch them, and I'm like, okay, where can you catch them in this game? And it's like Victory Road. And that's it. And I'm like, okay, I guess I won't use them. Like, and I don't know, I think most people don't have a problem with this, because most people will just get a replacement, but I've talked about this before. I hate doing that so much. I do not like putting someone on my team and then just getting rid of them when I get someone cooler or better, or that I was meaning to use. Like, that's annoying to me, because then every single level they get feels like a wasted level. I feel like, why did I just give that to you, you know? Like, why didn't I just give it to all my other Pokemon, you know? At this point, why don't I just tough it out without that type coverage and just, you know, fight at some disadvantages so that I don't have to waste all this time and experience? Like, no, we do not want Ingrain. No. Healing moves and Nuzlocks, no thank you. I am fine with just using potions. It was pretty nice in Gen 1, or in Red 721, where we got Roost on our one guy, on Avi, because that was just like, oh, you know, we don't have as much money, and, well, we had a ton of money by the end of it, but it was like, you know, and Roost healed for a ton in that game. Oh, you gotta be a trial goer, right? Well, you got a good sense of timing. The captain's actually here now, so come on. Okay, I don't know who you are or why you're speaking to me, but okay. I think, I don't know, I was kind of thinking, like, the other day, okay, so, it's hard for me to recommend this and like, talk about it too much because they're so not family friendly, but I mentioned, I don't know if it was last episode or the one before, that I was watching, I was rewatching a series, and that series was the Sun and Moon versus Wonderlock from Nate and Dookie, and they had a conversation in one episode about how Hunter, he traditionally hates healing and like stall tactics. So he was talking about how he hates Pyukumuku and stuff, and like Malo's talking about food. I'm just like, I realize I feel like I only ever get into these rants when people are talking. Like, they don't come to me until it's the worst possible time. But at least we got the red pager, and we're gonna get Stoutland searched, so that's nice. And she's like, go talk to Lana. Anyway, I am out of here. So yeah, and how do you like, why do I always forget how to do this whole thing? It's like, there it is. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, it's one of these. Yeah, so we'll get like Stoutland search here, and we can look around for some stuff. But yeah, I was thinking, like, would it be interesting if in the future, if Pokemon decided to make healing moves work like Protect? And I don't know how you guys feel about this. This is just an interesting little idea. Like, what if you couldn't spam healing moves, or every turn you spammed a healing move? You know, every subsequent turn you used one, it would get a little weaker. You know, or something like that. And I don't know. It was just an interesting little concept. Like, and then I was like, and then there would be more of a reason for moves like Roost to exist. You know, because you can be like, oh, Roost is here, except it has a downside that you can get hit by ground moves on the turn you use it. And by the way, if they ever do this, they need to change Roost. I already think Roost is kind of dumb. Like, if you use Roost, the next turn, you should be able to get hit by ground moves. As it stands, it's literally only on the turn that you use it, which is super dumb, which means if the bird Pokemon's slower, it can roost forever with no consequence, which is just silly, you know. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents, but I don't know. I like to see them do different things with Pokemon. I like to see them take different approaches. I'm like a guest, and this freaking bull is yelling at me, screaming like it's gonna attack, and they walk up like, hey, what's up? Talking to Tauros? Like, you think he'd be a little more like, holy crap, stand back. I wouldn't tease that one. If you do, he'll buck and kick you. Tauros are generally known as spirited Pokemon, but this fellow's pretty feisty even for a Tauros. But I guess it's not that surprising considering how new he is to the ranch. I'd like to train him to become a rad Pokemon, but I can't even put him through his paces if he bucks at every little thing like this. I guess we'll need the mistress's skill for this one. The mistress? Yeah, this whole plot was so silly. It's just like, I just kind of like, Why? Like, out of all of the little mini games and side quests you could add to Pokemon, why is Miltank coming up and calming down Tauros one of them? That's just kind of weird. I don't know. Like, there's so many ones that would be conventionally cooler that you could do, and it would be like, oh wow, but like this is the power of the 3DS. But no, it's like, what if we just have Miltank and Tauros look at each other and go, well, they do say the stronger the Tauros is, the harder it is to control. Looks like even the Mistress is having a tough time with this one. Maybe if he burns off a bit of excess energy, it'll be a bit easier to bring him to heal. What do you think? How about taking on Tauros in a battle? Sure. Are you going to be randomized? I guess this is a static encounter, isn't it? Can I catch him? I don't know if I can catch him. If I can, I guess I'll try. No, it's a trainer battle. Okay. Never mind. That's kind of weird, but I mean, sure. I'm sorry? I'm sorry. What? That's not a Tauros. That's not a Tauros. That is like, if there was, how is Heartless hurt? Oh, I guess, yeah, because I fought the Relicanth, that's right. I was like, I thought I just healed, but no. I suppose Frenda is the one for this. But like, holy crap. Honestly, I don't know what you're gonna have. I don't know what you would have so low level. But like, hopefully it's not something too scary, because, wow. Alright, we're just gonna do one of these. Like, this'll do good damage. Even though you're a Mewtwo, this is going to do good damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so ridiculous. That is obscene. That is ridiculous, dude. Alright. Yeah, that's not a Tauros. I was like, oh, maybe it'll give me something cool, like, and I'll be able to catch it. No, it's gonna be, I can't catch it, and it's a Mewtwo. It looks like you worked up a fine sweat. I think Tauros feels pretty satisfied, too. Boar, Mohoof. Even Tauros couldn't stand up to the combined powers of the pair, you and Miltank. Thanks, sweetie. Just what we expect of the ranch's mistress. Thanks to you, I think we can finally start this Pokemon's rad training. Okay, and you give me a scope lens. That's the crit one, isn't it? Or is that, because the wide lens is the accuracy one. I want to say that's the crit one? That's Zing Zap. I'm looking at the exact wrong thing. Where is it? Scope lens. Yeah, dude, the scope lens came in handy in one of my playthroughs of this game, because I had Lurantis, and it was just like peace, just crit between like Leaf Blade and like Slash and all that stuff. I think he gets Leaf Blade, but like I was just going to town with that. Anyway, it's time to throw our boy Blimpo back up front, because it is encounter time, ladies and gentlemen, lads and lasses. It is encounter time for whichever route this is. It's 5, I think, but who cares? I know it's a new one, and that's all that matters. So, what we got? We got Ninjask! Look who's back, guys. I'm glad you do not have a normal name, because, like, I'm glad you don't have, like, a normal person name, because I cannot name you anything else. We all know, if you have not seen the Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke, it was the series in which Ninjask became one of my favorite Pokemon. Like, it was the series in which I realized I actually love Ninjask. And to be fair, a big reason I loved Ninjask so much in that series was that we got lucky with the TMs and I got Drill Peck super early on. But seriously, I absolutely love Ninjask, and the last episode of that series, and I mean, like, I think I called it a bonus episode, but that episode, that was such a just like, I was just sitting there, and the thing just came into my mind, the thought, and I just immediately started recording it, and I had a blast. Like, that was just the silliest thing, like, ever. Or no, it wasn't. The bonus episode was Steven. It was or was it? I don't even remember. Why can I not even remember now? Now I'm second guessing myself. I gotta look this up. Hold on. So, of course, you're going to be named Polo. There's absolutely nothing else you could be named. You're going to be named Polo, and let's check out your summary. I'm actually curious. You are plus attack. Now, minus speed seems bad, but Ninjask is so unfathomably fast that I honestly think he's fine. I honestly think he'll be completely fine. And, dude, 37 attack at level 15? That's a lot. That is a lot of attack. Okay, guys, let's be honest. I like Rem, and I'm sure you guys like Rem a lot, too. but I'm looking at Polo here, and I'm kind of feeling nostalgic. I'll send him to the box for now, but I'm kind of feeling nostalgic. And hold on, I gotta look this up real quick, because it's killing me. Alright, so I was actually right on both fronts. Like, I was correct both times, just in slightly different ways. The bonus episode is the Steven episode and also Polo's episode, so yeah, that was one of the funniest, most enjoyable things I ever recorded, I think, because I just, it was so silly, and I just was like, I should do that. Yeah, I should do that right now, and I just did it. Like, that was fun. Because it was like, after I finished the Steven thing, I was just like, you know what? And then just went for it. Anyway, we can move Blimpo back to over here. Plemblo has been the star of this episode, but, you know, I don't know, he just was kind of behind, and I want him to catch up. And I want him to get some more moves. I want him to get a good stab move. I want to say the first physical stab move was like level 24 or 6, so we've got a ways to go, but we're not incredibly far off, so we will get it, but, you know, it is going to take a little while, so I think Plemblo should continue to get all the experience he needs. Anyway, Flygon, I am, oh, that's not super effective. I got scared for a second. No, the ground will help us resist that and make it neutral. But I'm afraid you don't stand much of a chance against Powder Snow here. Like, it's special 40 power on a physical attacker, but it's 4 times effective, Expert Belt boosted, so goodbye. Like, and you know what? To end off this episode, actually, no, we still got a little time. I was gonna say to end off this episode, let's like, what do I gotta do here? Is that, this? Does this help you? Yeah, it does. Let's give some lovin' to our good friend, our good friend Plemblo here. I don't know why I've been like stuttering, and I'm getting worse at like starting sentences before I know how I'm going to end them. Like, I've always been pretty bad about that, but I'm definitely getting worse, and it's like not a good thing for someone who talks for a living. Anyway, if you want to take care of your Pokemon... Oh, yeah, so don't I, like, talk to you when you, like, heal me? Yep, I have no idea why, but that's in the game. And anyway, we want to sneak back here while we're over here, because we got the amulet coin, which is super nice. So I think I'm going to throw that onto our girl Dreadless, because Dreadless is really not using that Normalium, so yeah. And then, do we have any high crit things? I don't think we do. I don't think we have anything necessarily high crit, so we don't really need to put the scope lens on anyone, but, you know, it's, I don't know. Whatever, man. Hello, fight me. I can't finish my sentences, so just fight me instead, so I don't have to. Fight me so that I can just talk about what's happening on screen. Look at you. I like the designs in Sun and Moon. A lot of the trainers look great. Like, they're really, like, I don't know. I know some people have been kind of upset. Pokemon really has kind of just leaned all in on the anime aesthetic, you know, like, back in, like, in the older gens, like, aside from, like, some of the concept art, like, there really wasn't much that was anime-looking about Pokemon, but nowadays, it's like, yeah, that's what's happening. You know, it's like, they've realized, oh, this is where the money is, especially, it's like, it's been so fun to watch GameFreak realize what their fans are like, you know, like, I mean, they realize what we like to a degree because they've been giving us games we like for 20 years, but, like, to realize how to really get to our hearts, you know, when they make characters like Olivia and, oh, I can't, and a new character from Sword and Shield that I won't talk about because it might be, because their name is a pun and it might be a spoiler, that might kind of make it a spoiler. They, like, you know, it's, I cannot finish the sentence today. I'm really falling apart. But it's like, they really understand us now, and it's just been fun to watch that evolution, where it's like, oh, this is what you guys like. Alright, we get it. Like, we understand. Do you understand? I don't know why I feel the need to say that literally every time the word understand, like, happens, but I just keep doing it. I love JoJo. Like, I love the woo whenever you do a Team Skull guy. But, like, yeah, it's, like, I think watching through part 5 of JoJo officially made it my favorite series of all time. Like, my favorite anime, my favorite show all around. Just my favorite of all time. Just so good. Like, I just love it so much. And, yeah, I mean, okay, you want to know how much I love JoJo? I love it enough that I started reading the manga. And if you're getting me to read, you've really done something right. Because I have a very bad attention span that cannot handle reading too well. Like, certainly, if you handed me a book with no pictures, as much as it makes me sound like an 8-year-old, if you handed me a book with no pictures right now, I'd probably just be like, just immediately pass out, because it's just so boring, dude. I've never been able to get behind it. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't read. If you can bear reading, you should, because there are plenty of great stories, and reading does help you. Like, it does help your brain, but I personally just can't do it. Like, you know, actually, I'm gonna get rid of Mudsport. I was like, should I get it? It's 5 less accuracy, which is already, like, a silly question. I really should, but, like, I should just get rid of Mudsport. Like, it's like getting rid of Mudsport is the actual obvious answer. It's the obvious solution to this problem. And you know what, Plemblo? Considering you are so much more a physical than, much more of a physical attacker than a special attacker, I'm actually pretty impressed with you right now. Like, I'm actually pretty happy with how you've been doing this episode. Like, you're really killing it. Your defenses are pretty dang good. That attack is good. That's pretty great. Like, it's barely lower than, like, Drebless, who's the same level, but Carnivine's, like, only attack. It doesn't have any other stats, so it's pretty fair that it can have a little more than you. So I am pretty happy with our team right now. Like I said, I'm looking at Polo and feeling nostalgic. I like Rem, but how much do I like Rem? I don't know. Like, and the bigger question is, how useful will Rem be? I don't know. But either way, I'm not trying to pressure anyone into getting rid of Rem or anything like that, but I was just happy to see Polo again, okay? Either way, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you did enjoy this one enough to give it a like and share it, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you want more awesome Pokemon content, subscribing will help us both out. This has been TheSilverSlasher, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.